Can you just give us a brief overview on what Youth on Their Own is and does?
Absolutely. We are an organization in Pima County that serves young people who are trying to graduate high school, but are also unaccompanied, meaning without parental support. They don't live with their parents. They don't receive any kind of emotional, financial support from them, and who are experiencing homelessness in some way. And this could be homelessness in the traditional sense that you think of, living on the streets. But at Youth on Their Own, we actually find this is in the minority, that when young people are connected to school, they tend to couch surf, stay with friends, and need some basic needs assistance and financial assistance so that they can stay in school and graduate high school, because we recognize this is an important first step in sort of young people being able to achieve long-term sustainability. And to that end, we have a mini mall where we provide free hygiene items, school supplies, clothing, pretty much, any basic needs that a young person might need. And then we also provide financial assistance in the form of a monthly stipend. Students turn in their grades, so we expect students to receive C's or better in their courses and have at least an 80% attendance rate, and they can earn up to $160 of 9 months of the academic year. We also have a bill assistance program to help with, utilities, any school fees. We'll pay for books, AP, testing, anything that will help them in their education and more, and gift cards. And then our last piece is guidance. We really have an amazing group of program coordinators and program staff that help be there sort of as an emotional safety net, and just like a kind adult that they can reach out to also get connected to other community resources for the things we don't provide, such as behavioral health, healthcare, and the like.
That's great. Really important work. Under normal circumstances, I imagine that with the spread of COVID-19, things are complicated and probably, well, talk to me about what that looks like right now.
The school closures in particular really impacted the way we do our work. We partner very, very closely with schools and sort of meet where students are, which is at school. We deliver food items to them, and we have these amazing volunteers at each of the schools. They're usually the school counselors who offer to be the YOTO, Youth on Their Own, point person, and we call them YOTO liaisons. And so they really help us bridge that connection between us and the school and the student. And without that bridge, without ability to drop off financial assistance checks and gift cards and food packages and hygiene packages, we really had to shuffle very, very quickly in a short amount of time to still be able to deliver our services. Our program model completely shifted in the span of a day. And I am just really thankful for the program staff who helped make it happen. But yeah, it's, day by day, we have to shift what we do and how we do it so that we're still able to provide very needed resources to, vulnerable young people in our community.
Yeah. So how are you finding these ways to get those resources to these kids?
One thing we did was we waived this grade requirement and front-loaded the financial assistance for our students. Normally, there would still be 2 more rounds where students have to turn in their grades in March and then April. We decided that it was best if we used their February grades to give them the 2 months ahead of time. And we were able to turn around, I want to say about 1,500 checks really, really quickly within a couple of days. Wow. And then so we're mailing those out right now. My house is mail central. I've mailed over 800 checks from here alone, and they're starting to get to students. Another thing that we've done is we usually have requirements around gift cards. We offer $20 in grocery or hygiene gift cards, so Fry's, Walmart, etc. And usually they can request one quarterly. We've completely waived that. So I've been putting in gift cards with the stipend checks as I've been mailing them from my home to give them some extra resources. Our student center is going to open on a very limited basis because it's where the physical items of the food, the clothing, the hygiene items. And what we're hearing from students is that those things aren't in the store, as people have been sort of overbuying. They're taking all the hygiene items, the feminine hygiene products. So it's creating a big impact on young people who really need those things and can't find it. They can't find ramen. They can't find canned goods. That those are staples to our young people. And so we decided to open our mini mall on a limited basis so students can still come and get those items they can't find in the store to help supplement the financial assistance we're already providing.
That's great. Well, I'm glad you're finding ways to make that happen and to make those resources available. What do you need? Like, what can the community do to help youth on their own right now?
We really need some financial assistance. I know that we often meet the community where they are, and we accept in-kind goods. Just right now, we're just all operating under different rules. And we are giving out more money than we expected to at this time of the year, particularly in gift cards and stipends. And so we have a Yodo emergency fund for students. The other aspect that I mentioned earlier was our bill assistance program. And as you know, young people are also losing their jobs. It's their way that they were able to pay rent, utilities, to offer help to those homes where they're staying temporarily. And so our bill assistance program also is getting a lot of requests for rent assistance. And so our financial services are the ones right now that are really helping support students. We have an emergency fund. You can find it on our website, yodo.org. And you can make a donation from $1 and up. We will accept every financial contribution. So I really ask that if you can and you're able to, I know this is a difficult time, please help support our young people.
And what advice do you have for someone who is experiencing, homelessness, or, a youth on their own who's not yet connected with with your program? What would you suggest they do right now?
I think it's the same advice I would give to any young person at any other time, which is reach out, get connected. There are so many people in the community that believe in them and that want to support them, that are willing to say yes. It's just a matter of really reaching out. And sometimes that might mean email, phone call, Facebook, Instagram, whichever means makes sense for that young person. It's just really reach out. We're here. We want to help. If we can't do it, we're going to try our best to find somebody else in the community who can. But we really believe in young people, and we're really advocates for young people. And so you have a safe place in Youth on Their Own to reach out to. And I know there are other agencies in the community who feel the same way. So reach out. We're here. As we're all dealing with the consequences of all that's happening with COVID, that we not forget our young people in our community. And at Youth on Their Own, I think we really champion them, and we'll just make sure that they're at the forefront of people's minds, because they're on their own and they're struggling right now. They don't have their school systems, who usually are the social connection for them. They don't have sort of traditional family structures like some of us might. And so it's really important that we remember them, and that if you want to support them, to reach out to Youth on Their Own, because we definitely are connecting with them and telling them the community is here and supporting them. So please reach out to us and think of us as you're thinking about giving.
Thanks. Do you have any advice for other nonprofit workers in this time?
Yeah, I think we're all living in uncertainty. And I think decision making right now is really scary, because we feel like we don't know everything that's going on. But something that helps me, and I've tried to communicate with everybody, is that we can only make the best decisions we can given the information we have. And if we can just have comfort in that, we're doing the best by who we are serving and what goals we're trying to achieve, we're going to be all okay. And we're not going to serve people in the same way we're used to, and there are going to be gaps. That is the nature of our systems completely being altered by this COVID situation. But that if we continue to do our best to try to get resources to the people we serve, that is enough. Because I think as direct service people, we always think we can do more and push and push and push and what if we had done this and could we have done more? But I just want everybody to know we are doing enough. And if circumstances were different, obviously we would do more, but circumstances are what they are. So make the best decisions you can, and it is enough for now.
That's such good advice. And if everybody's, if we're all in our different places doing, what we can, I have to think that all comes together to really make a big difference.
Absolutely, because I think for some people in the community who want to help, it might just be staying home. That's the enough. That's really what's going to make a big impact. For some people, it might be making a financial contribution. And for some people who are still working, it's, doing that. I think all of us can do something, and we can feel like, we need to do more and wish we could make things be different. But I think just really focusing on what we can control during this time, I think is really going to help everyone kind of deal with some of the uncertainty that's happening.
Yeah. Do you have any super sheroes that you want to shout out today?
Yeah, I think our CEO, Elizabeth Slater, has just led with such clarity despite the uncertainty and really been a great leader. She really is my shero. I've learned a lot from her. She's newer to the organization. She just started being with Yodo as a CEO this past July. In the short time, she's really led with power and conviction and support of staff and a commitment to transparency. And so all of us feel really comforted in that anything that's happened, she's really talking to us. She's pretty amazing. I feel really lucky to learn from such a great leader.
That's great. I'm glad. Thank you. Thank her. Thank everyone at Youth on Their Own for the important work that you're doing. We're so happy to support you as the Women's Foundation of Southern Arizona, and just really, really grateful for your work in the community.
Yeah, we're really thankful for the Women's Foundation, who always puts at the forefront, women's issues and really highlight women. We just have such a strong partner in Women's Foundation, and we thank you for giving us the time to talk about youth on their own and our young people.